This episode of Storytellers is brought to you by Bonafante Friction, high-quality bell housings.
John and I sold a race car to a guy in Southern California, and he lived in Woodburn, Oregon, which is just south of Portland. There's a racetrack up there that we've raced dozens of times in our lives. And we've probably raced as many podunk racetracks in America as anybody in drag racing. I don't care who it is. I mean, we'd stay out there, and the car would stay out there, and if John came home, or even if I came home, we'd leave it with somebody we trusted, you know. And John there wasn't anybody that John didn't make friends with. You know, of course, we never beat anybody, so we were kind of the underdog. But anyway, we sold his car to this guy, and he reneged on it. And we thought he just didn't want to pay us. So we called up, and his wife said, the truth is he's in jail. He got busted for drugs. Something that John would turn his back on his own kids if they had drugs. Me, I'm kind of a freak because I'm a military, patriotic, God bless America, yay, whoever. And the drug thing always turned me dead off. But this thing that happened in Portland, guy owed us money, so we went to get it, okay? And we had a 2-axle, bare chassis car trailer, and we had borrowed a car from a friend of ours who ran a used car lot in Los Angeles, actually in Cypress, and they put a dealer plate on it. We were too ignorant to realize you can't go out of state with a dealer plate, so it wasn't licensed. We bluffed our way into Oregon, and a cop stops us and said, that's a dealer plate on there. What's going on? And we told him, well, it's a weekend. We borrowed this car, and we got to get the car right back, but I'm going to pick up my race car, and we're racers, you know. And he said, don't come back to the state, and get out here as quick as you can. He says, because I'm local. If I was a highway patrolman, I'd have to do something here. I could repossess the plate and the car. So we go down to this guy's house. The lady that we talked to on the phone was very nice, her husband. And we went in there, and he had little kids. And it's kind of a rural farm area, a lot of farmlands there. But anyway, we go down there, and the car won't fit on the trailer. It was a fuel-altered, a gasser car. So what we did was we left him our trailer, and we took his, and figured for what he made us come and get our car, that he could, if he wanted to come and get his trailer, he could. But I was taking my car home with or without him. John and I were total, everything we did was together and then, okay? So what happens, we get on this thing, and John's driving, and I said, hey, we don't want to draw no attention, but we want to get on that freeway, and except for getting gas, we got to get out of this state, because that cop told us that we get busted by the highway patrol. So we're going down this little 2-lane road in rural Oregon, and here's a guy on a bicycle, an old man on a bicycle, and he's riding along. And I'll never forget this, because that guy's got a rear view mirror on his hat. Now this is way back. This is after John came back from Australia. Anyway, as we go around this old man, I told John, go slow, don't scare this old guy, because he may not be able to. And you could tell by looking at it, he was, you know, real thin and brittle looking and just white hair. And when we went around him, the car went by and he didn't see the trailer. So he lived on that side. So as we went by, he made a left turn behind the car, because we were going real slow. But the rear of the trailer snagged him and threw him down on the pavement. And because we were going so slow, it took us a few seconds to realize it. But by the time we got stopped, he was under the rear axle of the 2-axle trailer. And the poor guy he was a mess. I mean, we skinned him all up, you know. I know from being old, it don't take much to pull your skin loose and bruise you and stuff. He was black and blue and bloody. And I went, oh my God, we're going to prison, and we almost killed this poor old guy. So we get out, and we pick him up, and we carry him to the seat of the car. And we had a jug of water, an old Coleman jug with water, and we gave him some sour water, but he drank it. And he was real nice, and he said, could you take me home? So we put his bicycle on the trailer, and it wasn't very far, a couple hundred yards up the road. We turned left and went into this big old, huge, beautiful house. And all the time we're sitting there, and I'm telling John, man, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. They're going to put us in the electric chair. We didn't know who this guy was. Then the cops started coming up in the front yard. Highway patrol and everybody. And they came up and knocked on the door and says, how's the mayor, you know, and I go, oh. They come in, and he never told us he was the mayor all that time, but he wasn't real talkative at that particular time, you know. But I'll never forget that. It was one of those things that you think it's the end of the world. It's, you know, like running into a mobster with a machine gun. You just know he's going to blow you to pieces or something. And he turned out to be the sweetest old guy. He apologized, said it was all his fault. And I told him, I said, I'm worried because those policemen out there. He had also been something else in the state, somebody really important in his earlier years. I said, because I thought they were going to find that license plate and take the car and the drag car and everything. He said, I'll take care of that. And so he talked to this highway patrolman, and they gave us, of course, John did 90% of the talking like he always does. And we got out of the state one. I mean, we did not even slow down when we crossed that California.